great documentaries start in the color red, mostly because red is my favorite color. Anyways, enjoy this epic, very epic documentary. Hi, I'm Aiden, the director of Wheels Life Story. I originally planned to release this documentary in 2024, but between being super busy, well, a little lazy, things got delayed, so here we are, finally presenting it in 2025. I'm honestly really nervous to share this with you, but I put a lot of effort, time, and heart into making this documentary. It's personal, it's real, and it means a lot to me. I hope you truly enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy creating it. Warning: the following film contains scenes of me shirtless and includes some disturbing imagery. Viewer discretion is advised. Please watch with a parent or guardian. Yeah, that kid passed out with headphones and some weird gadget on his face. Well, that's me. You're probably wondering if I'm training for a NASA mission or just serious about taking naps. Well, you're wrong. If you want to understand me, you've got to know my past, because behind every great nap is a ridiculous story. My name is Aiden Xavier Walker, and I was born in Michigan on July 22nd, 2008. When I was born, doctors told my mom that I had several health issues, but some of them were life changing. Yep, I was diagnosed with all those things. You would think I would have a record or something like that, but I don't. That's okay. Anyways, I'm going to explain a few of them to you. The first diagnosis I want to talk about is scoliosis. What is scoliosis? Well, scoliosis is when the spine curves instead of being straight. In my case, my spine could not support my body weight properly. To help with this, I had metal rods placed in my back. Over time, one of the rods broke, so the doctors decided to remove it and leave the other one in. Relating to scoliosis, these are some dates of my surgery over the years. The next thing I want to talk about is my G tube. What is a G tube? It's a special tube used to help me get the nutrition I need. So basically, I was not eating enough food on my own. So doctors place a tube that goes directly into my stomach. They fill a bag with this special kind of milk and it flows through the tube and into my G tube to feed me. As I got older, the G tube started to leak. Yeah, gross. It would drip liquid everywhere, make a huge mess, and smell really bad. Kind of like spoiled milk mixed with gym socks. Trust me. Not the kind of cologne you want to wear to school. On this day, I was mostly happy because I finally got rid of my annoying G tube. The only downside was the surgery, but luckily they put me to sleep, so I didn't feel a thing. This is my little brother, Jaden. He was born February 19th, 2010. And when he came into this world, everything was going to change. I mean, everything. Now, this next part, well, it's kind of a big deal. It's about my trach. I've had my trach since 2024. And let me tell you, the biggest downside, water. Like, I could be around it, float in it, maybe even vibe with it, but go under? Nope. Not without risking turning into a human fountain. Sometimes I'd accidentally dip under and freak out, like I just broke a rule in the no tricks in the pool handbook. When I was born, I was on the vent 24/7, like always plugged in. As I got older, I needed it less and less. Fast forward to 2025, I barely use it, but I still need it for the night. Unless I'm being lazy or dramatic, I use it during the day. But then came March 29, 2024. Everything goes wrong. The day of the biggest surgery of my life. The goal. Say goodbye to something that had literally been part of me for years. Now, here's where things got wild. In the operating room, they tried to close the hole, but nope. The hole said, nah, I'm chilling. So the doctors just hop- hoped it would close on its own. Great plan, guys. Months passed, then finally, the doctor looked at me and said the magical words, "You can go underwater now." I swear I heard angels singing that day. A few weeks later, we went on a family vacation out west, and the moment I saw a pool, I was ready to dive in head first. I wanted my brother to throw me in just for dramatic effect, but my mom shut that idea down real quick. So I took the stairs like a civilized person. I was scared, like heart racing, knees shaking, scared, but I hyped myself up, held my breath, and went under. And you want to get and guess what I found? I was fine. Actually better than fine. I felt free. I kept doing it again and again and again and again and again and again and again until I started feeling like a water pro. Oh, um, and there was the water slide incident. So my brother and I decided to race to the bottom of this big slide. Spoiler, I lost. But the real issue, I somehow spun around and came flying out of that slide backwards at 100 miles an hour. I hit that water like a cartoon character, slamming into a wall. It hurt a lot. It didn't hurt, JK, it didn't hurt that much. Now, I love swimming anytime I get a chance. Here is a up-to-date look of what the hole looks like now in 2025. The next thing I want to talk about is school. When I was growing up, I wasn't in regular classes. I was in special ed. Don't get me wrong, special ed was cool because I got to see all my best friends and I had great memories. But I knew I was smarter than what the school thinks or what anybody thinks. The teachers knew it, friends knew it. So I decided to take regular school in my ninth grade. But there was a problem. In my 8th grade, I needed to pass a class, any class of their choosing. They chose English, so as time went on, I passed English and I became a regular student. Now this changed everything in my high school years. Now, at the start of freshman year, I had regular classes I had to do, and they were actually grading me for something, and I like getting good grades. So I told my mom, how about this? A equals 20, B equals 10, C equals 5, and D and E equals nothing. Now that was a pretty good deal. I get money, they get C good grade, plus I wanted to have a good GPA. Now, I was rocking and rolling. Grades started coming in, things was going great, but it was so much harder. But yet, I was improving my smartness by several things. When freshman year ended, it was sophomore year. Sophomore year was a lot different, mostly because of my surgery relating to the trach. When I got my trach out, I don't qualify for having a helper at school. What that means is I had a nurse that would help me use the restroom, suction me, and a bunch of other things to keep me alive. But I don't need that anymore, so I don't have the trach. And I've been mostly independent on myself. But when sophomore arrived, it was a whole new game, whole new area. I had to get around the school by myself. I had to do all these other things, use the bathroom by myself. It was pretty hard, but eventually I got it down. And now sophomore ended, and now I'm going into my junior year, which is supposed to be harder, but I can take any challenge. You see, in November 27th, 2020, I got my first laptop, and then I added my first account. Now, at the time it wasn't named Wheels, it was named Aiden Walker. And then a year later, I changed it. Also, before I changed it, I had another account, my school account, because COVID was a big pandemic issue. Dear God, we all know how that went. Anyways, so a year later, I created my YouTube channel called Game with Aiden. And then I changed it to Wheels about 3 years later. But during the year of uh, April 17th, 2021, I uploaded my first YouTube video saying Start of Air 1. And now, in 2025, I have a brand new logo, Wheels, and I have over 268 subscribers, 280 videos posted, and tons of social medias. This is my website. So, what my website does for me and for you guys is it keeps track of everything I do in school when I take my computer class. Basically, when I take my computer class, I learn a bunch of things like programming. Basically, programming is programming a robot to do a dance or move forward or stuff like that. I use programs like a virtual machine. What a virtual machine is, it's a one and two computer. Basically, you have one physical computer, then you can put a virtual computer on it, and that is where I did all my coding on, then uploaded it to GitHub. Basically, what GitHub is, it's a website where you can go and find code to borrow or take or look at of how this creation was made and whatnot. And also, another thing is, I go over my other things I've learned over the years. And yeah, that's what my website is. Sorry for the interruption, but I also made a flyer for my booth. Anyways, back to what I was saying about my booth. This is another angle to see what my booths look like. On this page, this is my social media page where I have each social media date. So basically, YouTube, November 27th, 2020 is when that was released, of when I created my YouTube channel. We have Twitch. Twitch is like YouTube, but mostly for streaming purposes, and then I'll have the rest of my social medias up and dated soon. My resume mostly talks about everything I've accomplished for uh, career aspiration, education, my technical skills, my skills, employment, and the softwares I've used over the years in that class. And then at the very bottom of my resume is the activities or sports of stuff I do. I mostly do bowling. My bowling high score is 181. I joined my high school bowling league. Sophomore year, I got in the JV. Then I was ranked up to varsity for a few days, and then back to JV. And then I hope this year I get on varsity. And I also bowl at M66, which is another bowling league. And then on the last stop of the page is my contact me page where you can ask me any questions. All you have to have is first and last email, phone number, and then type the message you want to send to me. I'll respond probably a week after you send it. Starting on the left is uh, my bowling trophies. These bowling trophies are from the league M66. We came third, second, third, and then moving down to the right is Scotch doubles. Scotch doubles is where I throw a ball and then the parent throws a ball. Basically, if I leave a seven, if I got 7 pins, they would have to pick up the three remaining pins. And then if we bowl the strike, we swap. He would bowl first, I would bowl second. And then next to the right is my baseball trophy, which is not really baseball. It's the people that get together with kids like me. They throw a baseball game, and it's really, really fun. And then next is my valuable baseballs. Those baseballs are mine, and some of them are not. They're very valuable because they're signed by uh, good people. Some I got for my birthday, some I got given to me. And then another thing, valuable thing is the Growler signed lightsaber. See, we went to a Growlers game for my 14th birthday, and what a night turned into a play night, turned into the most exciting night. You see, I wasn't expecting it, but towards the end of the game, I got to meet number 14. I sadly don't remember his name, but that's okay. But he signed his ball, and then right after, I got a broken bat by I think the opposite team. I can't quite remember, but that was a great night. And then I got a bunch of signed stuff. AC/DC, the most loved band in rock and roll. Well, I think. But it's not the real AC/DC. It's the AC/DC tribute band. And I gotta say, when I went to their concert, it was a small concert, like a local concert. But when I went, my man sounded exactly like AC freaking DC. Everything, the movement, the voice, the attitude, it was really cool. And then right after the show, I wanted to stay longer. I wanted to meet the guy, and I did. I met them. I went on stage. I met them, and they gave me a souvenir. They gave me a pic, which was really cool. I don't know where I put it, but I have it somewheres. So when I was in the hospital, I met the football Michigan team. They were going around to room to help kids and celebrate and just give them give them something in return. And I got this hat, this Michigan love hat, and it was signed by some Michigan football players, and it's really special to me. Remember that baseball team I joined, the one with the kids that are like me? Well, they did a collab with the Bombers. Well, Bombers collabed with us. And it was a really fun day. They came to our baseball game, they played with us, and and then a few of us got invited to their actual game that later that day. And that was fun to watch because I got to go on the field. I got to meet the players. I met the real cool guy. I think his name was Mitchell or Michael. Sorry if I got it wrong, but he was a really cool dude. Yeah, he was at least my favorite. It was a great experience, and then I got to sing the national anthem. Well, not sing it. I got to be with them as the national anthem went on. Make a Wish. Make a Wish is an organization that helps kids with special disabilities and other kind of disabilities or some non-disabilities with their dream. It's an organization where they help kids make their dream come true. Like this kid. He wants his very own mini golf course in his backyard. And that's what they did for them. So make sure to go donate. They're really a good community, good organization. Now here's my side of how I did Make a Wish. For my Make a Wish, I wanted it to be legendary. So why not pick someone famous? Who is that famous person? No other than Luke Bryan. Yes, I did my Make a Wish on Luke Bryan. This is my friend, Killian. We've been friends for a while, probably the beginning of school or maybe third grade. But before I explain how we met, you're probably wondering why there's a red block covering his face. It's because I don't want to reveal what he looks like because of privacy and protecting him and yeah. Anyways, we met in school and what thought would be a normal friendship turns into a long, forgetting best friend relationship. Now, me and my friend Killian, we did everything together. I took him on the boat, I took him fishing, I took him go karting, a bunch of other things, and I went over to his house, played video games, we played pool, darts, and a few other things. But yeah, that's basically it. Also, these are some more people that have encountered with me and changed my life by a fraction. And yeah, what you're looking at is me doing high school bullying for varsity. But that's not the point. The point is this guy right here. Who is he? Why am I talking about him? So, Matthew. Who is he? Well, Matthew is a friend. I met him. I was a sophomore, doing high school bowling, and we connected real well, and eventually became real close friends. And then, actually, July 22nd, which is my birthday, he came over to my house, and he brought his girlfriend. Now, I met his girlfriend before, during bowling. He introduced me, and also, my mom works with his mom at the school, and we're kind of like family, I guess, because my mom and his mom would probably talk 24/7. Me and Matt came like close friends and came over to my house, and we had a blast. We played the Wii. We we did all sorts of things. Played laser tag. That was really funny to watch. When he was at my house, we also rode. He rode the go kart. So did his girlfriend. We went all around the property. We even drag raced. So we drove around. It was a blast. That day was fun. And then a few weeks later, a few days later, we went bowling together. We had competition because we're trying to warm up for this bowling season. Now that I've talked about my friend, it's time to give you the top 10 facts about me. Whenever we go on the boat, that's when I love to go fishing, not swimming, and also I like to go fishing on the dock. I think it's peaceful. I love riding my quad, and whenever I get a chance to ride my quad, I like to get all muddy and dirty. I think that's real fun. Plus, I like to floor it.
The what?
What is it, Aiden?
The what? What does that say? I can't read it. Thought you were going to school. You're not supposed to read the sides of it.
I'm looking at it.
You're looking at it.
Power wheel?
A power wheel? Yeah, it's one of those wheels like that, but only powered.
What do you think it is? You have any guess? Is it? I don't know.
He don't know. It's one of those he don't knows.
um,
Good Lord. Look out. Whoa! Are you ready?
I guess. What the heck? What is this?
What do you think it is?
What's it look like?
A moped?
Well, it's close.
Is it
Is that what you
awesome?
wanted last year?
What?
A scooter.
A scooter? No.
It's a motorized bicycle.
Can I ride it?
Yep.
Once they get it all unpacked. No, you just gotta look at it. This is my scooter. My very first all-terrain vehicle. You see, when we didn't have anything for me, I would normally ride on the back of this thing you would carry little babies in when you ride a bicycle. But now they got me a scooter. As soon as that thing was out of the box, I rode that thing for hours and hours. The only music I like to listen to is country. Country, country, country. And also, I listen to rock and roll, mostly because I'm forced to. I play way too much video games, but here are my favorite video games. I love Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, Clash Royale, and all the Lego games you can think of. I own three consoles: A, Xbox Series X; B, a PS5; and finally, for C, I own a PC. I mostly listen to Luke Bryan when I'm on Spotify. Some of the songs I love to listen to is Hot and Efficient, Games, My Kind of Night, Crash My Party, and a few other songs I listed. I have over 629 songs liked on my Spotify page. I listen to music every night. I like to be organized, love action slash hero movies slash shows, and finally, I'm a very, very picky eater. Since you know my path, what am I up to now? What's next? What's next for me? Well, I don't know what's next. I don't know what the future holds, and I don't know what's gonna happen. What I do know is I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm not stopping. So look out, world. Here comes Aiden.